I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
20 men's teams descended upon the Saville Community Sports Center with one goal in mind, and that was to win the Saville Shootout. Now it's the semifinals. Kleiter versus McEwen right now on Curling Stadium, Edmonton. A very pleasant good day to you and welcome. My name's Dave Schmel, and we are here at the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta, where we have this matchup between Mike McEwen and Rylan Kleiter. Both teams just came off the ice for their quarterfinal matches. It is McEwen throwing the red stones and Kleiter with the yellow. Mike McEwen has the hammer here in the first end. My name's Dave Schmel, and I'm happy that you're joining us here today. Taking some time to spend your Monday afternoon with us. Here's Matthew Hall with his first. He's the second for Team Kleiter. Takeout coming from McEwen. Looking to take and roll out under cover here. Generate some offense here in the first end. Second stone coming from Matthew Hall. Actually, staying corrected there. Marsh makes his second hit, kisses his own on the way by. It's going to come on out. Here's Josh Mattern. Gonna get the hit, but not really too much of a rollover. Just about edge on edge. This one needs to curl over. It gets a piece. Now Hall's gonna ask Josh Mattern to hit and roll open here. And that takeout is made. Colton Flash. Hitting his stick down the outside. Now it is Matthew Hall throwing the last stones. Hitting sticks and hangs right there on the outside. Hitting sticks and hangs right there on the outside. Mike McEwen from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Delivers his first. Gotta be hard to get a piece. Oh, and it just flashes by. So draw under cover upcoming. I just start to dig in right about at the hog line and didn't have a chance from there. So Matthew Hall is going to try a draw underneath here. Set up the force here in the first. Got plenty of room, just needs to control the weight now. Got to make sure it's there. And it does settle in nicely under cover. So the force is on here in the end number one. Mike McEwen had to draw to the full 4 foot to get his single here in the first. Just need this one to get the full 4 foot. Coming on down. And it settles in no problem. Right there on the lid. Single point for Mike McEwen. Team Kleiter will have the hammer when we come back.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Okay, well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to Edmonton. And number two, the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Mike McEwen took first blood here with a single point. Now it's Team Kleiter being skipped by Matthew Hall. With the hammer here in the second. Thanks for joining us here on Curling Stadium Edmonton. from the Saville Community Sports Center. Beautiful 10-sheet facility in Edmonton. The center guard is up. Now let's just work to remove this rock and maybe move a touch under cover. It's starting to move really hard now. Holding the brush. It's going to get it and clear out the back and lie directly under cover. Now going to try run this back. Flash working hard to hold it. It's going to run it straight back and stick it. That is as perfect can be. So now the run double peel. Now going to try run this back. Flash working hard to hold it. It's going to run it straight back and stick it. That is as perfect can be. That's on the way. Make contact with the first one. Going to lose that one over the top. Going to leave a very wide corner guard. That redstone remains, and McEwen's going to go and cover it up. Trevor Johnson just missed that one, just a little bit off the edge. That was enough to flash the object in the house. So Marsh is going to try to settle in a nicer guard here. I see just a piece of that sticking out. So debating whether they're going to take this shot on, this delicate shot around the outside. Coming down with just bumper weight, most likely. One is skinning the guard. Johnson escorting it down the ice, and now we go. Hurry up past the guard. You're there. And you clear it out. And almost all the way out the back. Just leaving a little lousy outside biter. That rock might prove to force them in the end. McEwen more than happy to hit and roll back under cover. Here's the stone from Colton Flash. And that's a beautiful sweep by the Marsh brothers. Now we're looking for a cleanup on aisle 2 here. Get really lucky they could all go. Just the top one over the top there. So, Team Kleiter is just a little bit off the mark here in the early going. Gonna have to get that dialed in. McEwen's gonna lob up another guard. That center guard comes in nicely. Be our second attempt to try to rearrange the deck chairs here. There's that double peel they were looking for. There's that double peel they were looking for. So, a friend of mine from Manitoba let me know that Mike has been using the same broom to deliver with his entire curling career. So that corn broom has seen a lot of ice. Here's the stone from McEwen. Needs to curl a little bit. Now wait for it to catch. Just a go shabby. Now it's catching. Now you bring it under. You drive it as far as you can underneath. And you got half of it under. Question is, can Matt Hall use that to generate a 2? Thinking about hitting and rolling across the house and possibly using that backbiter as protection. Seems to be what he likes. If nothing else, he's going to group his own rocks and possibly maybe find a way to work a blank back into play. Now here comes Mike McEwen with his final shot of end number 2. Sorry, Matt Hall, rather, with his first of 2. I apologize. And get the hit. Now roll it on over. Get them nice and tightly grouped. That's about as well as you could do with that. So here you'd like to hit and roll over just far enough to get that yellow guard in the way of a double takeout back. Put the force on. All this just because he could not clear that one McEwen rock out of the back. So here's the delivery from McEwen. This is pretty close. Now Marsh is going to try to work it over. Back flush. And that's not bad. Not bad at all. Does look like the force is on here. Might be able to get the double takeout, but oh, you never want to miss it. So here comes Matt Hall with his final. Just needs a good piece of the 8-foot. And that settles in without a problem. Single point for Team Kleiter. It's 1-1 after 2. We'll be back from Edmonton after this.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind from pre-seed to post-harvest. You can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So back here in the third end of play, tied up at 1. Mike McEwen has hammer. Here in the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Doing the house for McEwen. Thinking maybe a draw, maybe a guard. Here comes Marsh. On the draw attempt. Here in back 8. And it's past everything. Quite the accurate weight call. Back 8 it is. It is McEwen sitting 3. All trying to find the best way to clean this up. Here we go, coming on down for that. Trying to remove 1 and 2. Oh, just 1, but it does slide nicely under cover. That's a good result out of that shot. It's still McEwen sitting in the shot rock. But his shots are behind the tee line. So Kevin Marsh being asked to throw a little back line sort of shot. Chip the yellow out of the way and leave the shooter around. Be a delicate sweep. Colton Flash. Now Marsh, now Flash again. So this is really close. Gotta push it over, get the roll, clear it out, That ticks all the boxes, and they sit 3. So Matt Hall's going to get the whiteboard out and try to draw something else up. He's leaning towards cleaning up again, trying to make a few of these move. Matter and Stone is on the way. This one's got to hurry. That's going to go right on by, too. So a couple of consecutive overcurls here. Got to take just a skosh more ice on upcoming attempts. Now we're going to try to return the favor and roll underneath the guard. So here's Colton Flash. The team from Saskatoon. Got the hit and a nifty roll. I hope he has a permit for that one because that's a pistol. So that's the best way out of it right there. You're going to draw underneath. The time to hit your way out is most likely gone. So just a matter of which turn they want to take. Team basically agrees that that's where they're going. It's just how they're going to get there. And they're going to get there by going around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. Joshua Mattern needs a good one to get his team out of dodge here. Johnson on the sweep, making sure it gets through this fresh stuff. And that is going to nuzzle its way on in, and it is very, very close for a shot. McEwen thinks it's him. But with that sitting second shot, McEwen still has the opportunity to take the offense. And here we come with a draw for Colton Flash. Got to go. You got to go to get by. Got to go to get it by. You just rubbed off. You're going to sit too, but suboptimal outcome there. So if you're here right now and you're Matt Hall, you're looking at this and a dead freeze is a great option. But he's also afraid of it not being perfect. So looks like he's gonna throw a hit and possibly chip under cover. We'll just see how it goes. Tough one here for his first. Matt Hall with his first at 2 and then number 3. This has some room to work. Got to go. Curling now, bring it over. Pretty good outcome. Sees them sitting 1-3 at the moment. Now, trying to see if they can make those yellows fly away. I think that the yellow that's currently third shot is going to stay there no matter what you do. Alternatively, making a play on that yellow, the shot rock, maybe releasing it off your own red a lot, just a touch, might give you an opportunity to make something happen with your last. At the moment, they're not in too much danger of a steal. Mike's made up his mind. So here we go. Mike McEwen settles in. He comes with his first here in the third end. Gonna hit the one, and that's a good outcome because it releases some of that clutter in the back. So it's McEwen sitting shot, but I believe relatively tight there. And you see they're saying if you go and remove that stone, aim to kiss off your own, sit 2, and At the very least, the force is on. So Matt Hall throwing last rocks here for Team Kleiter. Makes his way back on into the hack. Looking to remove shot, stone, and lie 2. The line is tight. They're going to go get just whisker on by, and they make this takeout cleanly, and they lie 3. So to me, it looks like the force is on here. I don't see any magic bullet to make more than one count. And I don't think Mike McEwen does either. Here's McEwen with the final stone of end number 3 on the way. Line looks pretty good. It's just got to be there. Now it's got a curl. Did they brush it right out of it? Nah, looks to be okay. Right on the money and on the button. Score of 1 for Mike McEwen. We're trading singles here. It's 2-1 after 3. We'll be back from the Saville Sports Center.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Back here in the 4th end of the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Presented by Curling Stadium Edmonton. The two teams are trading paper cuts here thus far. single points in each of the first 3 ends, leaves Team Kleiter being skipped today by Matthew Hall, with the hammer trailing by 1. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Wherever you are, we appreciate you taking some time to be with us. The center guard is up from Team McEwen. The draw under takes it a little bit and rolls slightly off to the side of the forefoot. They could probably use that later. Not a terrible place to be. In our other men's semifinal, Reed Carruthers has a 1-0 lead, playing in the 4th. And on the women's side, in the Battle of Japan, Fujisawa is leading Kitazawa by a score of 2-1. And Tabata is 1-0 over Laws. So guaranteed to have Japanese representation in the final on the women's side. McEwen, meanwhile, Marsh gets that one directly under cover. Gonna try to bring this one around and get right up to the corner of it. Needs a little bit more legs to do that. Just a touch short, but not in a bad spot. Control weight coming. Colton Flash trying to hold the line. Gets the one, drives back to the other. Leaves a beautiful center guard, and they will lie 2 out of it too. Very nice shot there. Right on line, and I really like the weight there. Utilizing control weight there, it let that object stone remain in the house. And that's something that Matt Hall is going to have to deal with. And it didn't roll far enough that they feel comfortable with playing the double on the stones in the house. You'd have to tissue paper the guard to make that happen. So instead, we're going to rip up down the middle. Touch of a speed wobble there. One and two, and boom, and there they go. So they got 2 corner guards now. Mike's going to peel them. They don't help him at all. I mean, certainly the safest play. Debating on how aggressive they want to be here. And the cleanup crew is going to prevail here. Kevin Marsh. Does not remove the guards. Instead, he stuffs it. So, big opportunity for Matt Hall and Team Kleiter. And they're just going to split the house and put some distance in there. Josh Mattern's draw. Will be pretty well even up on the other side. But the angle just might be there. There's a lot of real estate there to cover. Good thing we're on the Remax sheet. So Colton Flash. And that stone is not going to get there. It's going to be a dead nose. That's it, second. So Matt Hall is going to remove that and come underneath the guards. Josh Madden with the delivery. Trevor Johnson on the broom. Looks to be pretty close here. Gonna hit, gonna get probably just enough roll. Rip open these guards now. Can he ever make the angle work to get two of them out of the house? Or do you just freeze on down to the other side? Alternatively, you could draw underneath that mess right now and sit shot underneath all three of those stones. They're going to look and hit and stick the shot rack. They get the hit, but the stone is not shot. On the takeout here. Want to work it over just a touch so it rolls it well into the 8, leaving a shot rock and therefore need to be addressed. So Mike McEwen's going to look for a hit and a big old roll. Try and get underneath that entire wing. Going to have to control the brushing precisely here. Hear him say it's going to have to be normal weight. There goes Mike McEwen with his first. On it right off the jump. Gotta hurry. Gotta hold the line. Hold the line just to get a piece right now. Just to get a piece. You hold it, and the shooter's going to skitter all the way across the house and out. So do you re-split the house here and dare the draw, or come underneath? So they are going to re-split the house here. Back in the back quad, they sit too. So McEwen's got to take this one here, try to roll someplace shot, but pretty much conceding the deuce here. Here's Mike McEwen with his last. Gave this one a little bit more room. They got the hit and stick. Matt Hall's just going to return the favor to secure the deuce. Matt Hall, the fourth stone thrower. For Team Kleiter. Looking for the hit and stick. That is made, and 2 is in the books. They'll take the lead going into the break, 3-2. We'll be back after this.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
And we're back at the Saville Shootout in Edmonton, Alberta. Thank you so much for joining us here on Curling Zone Edmonton. It was a score of 2 for Team Kleiter, skipped by Matt Hall today. In the last 10, and they have a 3-2 lead after halftime. My name's Dave Schmel, and we have all the action of all the games here on Curling Zone. Update on our other semifinal match. McDonald and Carruthers are tied up at 1. On the women's side, Laws and Tabata are tied up at 1. And Fujisawa has a 5-1 lead over Kitazawa. Back here It's 3-2 in favor of Team Kleiter. Mike McEwen has hammer. Throwing the Redstones. Center guard and corner guard up. Now we're trying to work one on in underneath. Just touches it, but it will leave double center guards up. Now Mike McEwen is going to draw underneath the cover. Daniel Marsh. Starting to lose the line in this one. Gonna have to go to get it through that hole. Just got it by. How far can he get it in? And he can just be in the full 12. You can see just a sliver of it. Asking for the hit and roll at back line weight. This looks like a pretty tough ask. See if Trevor Johnson is up to the challenge. Mattern on it right away. Working hard to get by that guard. Got to get by that top guy. Oh, and you just hit it, wick your own, but that's not so bad. Not the worst outcome. You're shot under cover now. All right, so here what the call is. He's most concerned about taking that center guard off. And he wants to roll on over. That's his plan A. The double is far down the list of plan B right now. All right. Now Kevin Marsh. They get the hit, they get the roll, they want it. Still leaves Team Kleiter sitting one. Be very tempting here to draw everything in. He could also either that or do that, right? So it's either draw all the way around in there or make a play using the red, yellow, red. Probably move your own in too. Might have the bonus of sitting 2 this way and killing a McEwen rock in the process. Here's Josh Mattern. On and hard. 1, 2. Through everything. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So it's Paul sitting 1. Mike's willing to ignore that right now and keep on trying to build an end. Gonna take her out and slide underneath that cover that's on the center line. This has got some room to go. Now, you got it. Now, going to make the roll right. That is right on the money. So now it's time for Matt Hall to we really love that shot from the first end here at Curling Stadium. This one's coming down. Mattern gonna get 1, 2. Moves the McEwen stone out into the open, but did not remove everything there. So now Mike's getting the opportunity to draw underneath the corner. And 2 very much looking in play right now. I got to try to get it all the way under cover. Deep is okay. That is overburied. Hit and roll back under cover here. He won't be. Got to try to roll to be shot to make sure Mike has to address it. That jumped on him. Look at this. It's going to skitter right on over and on top. Oh, my, oh, my. And that does appear to be shot stone. So McEwen's going to have to freeze right onto the corner of it. That may be the shot that saves the deuce this end. Got to go hard now. Hard, right to it. Got to get right to the face of that rock. And that's pretty darn good because now you've set up an ejector on that yellow rock. And all kinds of protection on that red from the front, from the back. So where do you go now? And Matt just likes to come right to the top of the button. I kind of like this call. Gonna force a cute downweight shot out of McEwen. Here's Matt Hall. Trevor Johnson guiding it down the ice. Weight looks pretty close. Now it's all about the line. Got to walk it over. You got to get it underneath. It needs to be underneath. Must be underneath. It's pretty close to being underneath. Edge on edge there. It can definitely go away, though. I kind of like Mike's first instinct there, hitting a little bit roll open. I would think that Hall would concede the deuce after that and not try anything silly to prevent it. Don't want to give up 3 after you just got 2. But both teams are really starting to find their stride here. So here's the first for McEwen. And you got to watch it because right about here is where the others jumped. That looks pretty good. You're going to get a hit, roll it open just a touch. Now they get the job done there. Probably would have liked to go a little bit further because that's going to leave that angle there. So that double is available if Matt wants to take it on. Very flat, but he definitely has the high hard one in his bag. Alternatively, the safer shot would be hit and roll right underneath under cover. You're never going to give up a big, huge number that way, most likely. If you're ever to flash this, you're bringing 3 and at least 3 into play. Likely only 3. So it looks like he's just going to hit and roll in. think this is a sensible show discretion here. So here's Matt Hall with his final stone event number 5. Don't want to lose the line. Got to keep it around. Ooh. It's shot, but did you leave an angle there? I don't think so. I think it's just a hit for 2. I mean, the question is, if you were to hit that shot stone, could you weasel underneath your red and catch just the yellow and the yellow only? Or, yeah, I don't think Mike thinks so either. So just a nice, easy weight hit and stick for a deuce. And we'll be back on the seesaw. Last rock of the 5th. Flash and Marsh working this way down. Looks to be pretty well on target. The hit and the stick. And it's a score 2. Hang 2 for Mike McEwen. He leads 4-3 after 5. We'll be back from Edmonton after this.
Gripper first.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it. Yellow.
Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
And we're back with that number 6 here of the Saville Shootout, presented by Curling Stadium, Edmonton. McEwen holding a 4-3 lead after 5 ends of play. Update on some other scores here. McDonald 2-1 over Carruthers right now, that game in the 6th. Fujisawa 7-1 over Kitazawa, also in the 6th. And Tabata 5-1 over Laws. So the women's side looking to be an all-Japanese final. But back here on our game, it's Kleiter trailing by 1 now, playing in end number 6. The center guard is up. And a corner guard for Kleiter. Matt Hall's going to look for a biter underneath his corner. They started off their week with 2 losses to Tal and Carruthers. Then wins against Whips, Jacques, Sinet, and earlier this morning, an extra end thriller over Kevin Cooey. And that brings them here. McEwen got here by defeating Dawes, Laycock, Pierce, Libbins, and then the loss to McDonald's. And then earlier this morning, a win over Ethan Sanson. So double guards are up for Team Kleiter with Matt All skipping. Mike McKeon's going to draw right on underneath. We go from one Marsh brother to the other. And this shot's on the way. Weight looks pretty good. Line looks pretty good. Now they're just going to bring it and settle it in right where they want it. It's right there at the top of the button. So Matt Hall's going to do some cleanup work here. Trevor Johnson bringing the heat. That's going to get one and only one. Nuzzle on his own on the way out. Put it back, probably a little bit higher this time. They just are able to finish that far enough. So now we're going to do the double peel of the guards. Angle is much more favorable now. Josh Mattern. Well, Not what he drew up, but he'll take it. Excuse me and thank you. So McEwen's going to draw in, but he's drawing in underneath the wrong color guard now. This one's just a touch heavier than they would have liked. So what does Matt Hall want to do with it? They're going to take a shot through the port, it looks like. The port is certainly there. You can make a good case for running your own stone back on it too. So this is going to be a nice, easy weight shot for Josh Mattern. This rocket's on its way. On it hard for the line now. Hard. You got to get past that one on the top and know you're going to wick. Does open things up, but not what Josh Mattern was looking to do. I'd like to take a moment to thank the members of Team Kleiter for all wearing different color hats. Aids me greatly in identification. So McEwen and Flash are going to have a powwow here with what to do. Simplest shot to do is just to throw a guard and cover that up. I think that's what 95% of club curlers would do. Could throw a second one down on it, but the guard seems like the sensible play and the call. So he wants it just past the balloons. And here's Colton Flash. Need this to take the curl. Now it's curling. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta take it. Gotta get it over there. All right. You got it there. Good brush by the Marsh brothers. They are going to try to run that port again. That is a tight fit. So Josh Mattern trying to thread the needle here. Johnson on the brush. Hall on the call. Curled over. Got to get past it. Oh, you just wicked it. And you're going to slide past everything. Now, Mike McEwen can shift gears here and go into offense. I like drawing through there on the intern side. Because even a short miss is good. All right, take it nice on the edge of the 8 here. First shot from Mike McEwen. This one looks a touch heavy. It is going to come behind the tee line and leave a pocket there. That might give Hall a way out. If he can lock one in there. Almost feel like maybe you get a little bit of a better angle from the other turn, but not 100% sure on that. But with both of those McEwen rocks behind the tee line, Matt Hall has something to work with here. That's the problem with rocks behind the tee line. They never get any closer. Matt Hall is taking the same ice that McEwen did. This one's hanging. Got to move over. Don't want to wreck there. Oh, my. It was just a little bit light and a little bit outside. Just couldn't make it happen. So if you're Mike McEwen here, how do you jump on this? I like the first instinct that Colton had there. Covering up the way in there. Coming into the 4 foot's not bad, but can't help but to think they got to be coming for that now. Turn side with the next one. If you throw a really good draw, you can cover up the button, leave no angle. And Keith, I had to agree with you. That has been a rough port. They chased that takeout on that line twice through a very narrow port. And I don't know if playing 3-handed, that's a type of delicate shot that you would want to make. So still some discussion. We haven't really settled in on anything yet. All right. They decided. Mike has it. Now he's going to throw it. And the survey says they're going to throw that guard that Flash won it. Just keep it clean. The line looks great. The weight looks really good. And they couldn't have picked it up and put it down better. So it's going to be a force here and a draw to the button for Matt Hall. And he's got to draw it around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. So hopefully the 4th time is a charm on this line for this squad. A miss here would be utterly disastrous. Matt Hall, final stone and number 6, needs a button. All right. I feel good that they're past the guard. And they just whisker by. Now, can you get far enough over to be on the button and score your one? Yes, you do. That's a well-thrown shot. Big one there for the skip to get him out of dodge. So we're tied up after 6. 4-4 is the score. We'll be back in a moment.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to...
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Well, we started with 20 teams. We're down to 4. In a few minutes, we'll be down to 2. It's all tied up going into the 7th. McEwen has the hammer here at the Saville Shootout. We're live from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta. I'm Dave Schmel, and you're watching Curling Stadium, Edmonton, and we're happy that you're joining us today. It was a real game-saving draw by Matt Hall to get his team out of Dodge and still alive. That's going to be a big single point in the end. So the long center is up, along with a tight center for McEwen with hammer. Going to ask Trevor Johnson to execute another guard here. And it's right there touching the center line. So we have double guards. All right, they're trying to do a little split here. Split the guard and the shooter in. Got the guard in. Can you spin the shooter in? Ooh, the guard's gonna possibly be biting on the outside. Really, really close there. Both of them are very close to being biters. Now, Matt Hall could actually check that one on the top right now if he wanted to. with the biter bars since we're still in the free guard zone. But here comes a draw around and in. Right to the top of the lid. They're lined up like little soldiers in the center line. So Kevin Marsh is going to try to get them to break formation. You move 1, 2, and you can't quite touch them all. But that's a very good outcome. Everybody is fascinated by the biters. One thing that Matt Hall knows is that he is sitting shot in the lid, and he's quite happy with that situation right now. They're going to work hard to generate the force here. That's a nice long guard. Mike's first instinct here is to hit and roll over the side. Also entertain the idea of just running stuff down. Flashes on it now. Hustle against the guard. Got it. Avoid the jam. Yes, you do. Same verse, second as the first. Put it back. Josh Mattern on the guard attempt. McDonald and Carruthers are also tied, moving into the 8th end of their game. That guard comes up nicely. Fujisawa is 7-3 right now over Kitazawa, and Tabitha 5-3 over Laws. And we got a good one here as well. Here's Colton Flash. And he just exploded them all. Does leave the Kleiter stone in there. So drawing underneath, and it could be the ticket to the force that Matt Hall is looking for. So you heard Matt there. He said he's looking for about 3/4 buried. Here's Joshua Mattern. Gotta get this one underneath the cover. Gotta go to get by. You're losing the line. You're losing the line. Oh, you just skittered by this said too. There are some interesting angles here. Colton Flash is going to come on down, take a look. Got to get out the protractors here. He says, okay, that goes there. They think it's just possible to get something fancy happening. All right, so grab some popcorn. Here we go. On hard. Gonna key the one into it. Do you get the other one? Oh, just over the top. Oh, that was ever so close. He still sits second in the back. They're trying to see if it came into contact with anything. Whew. My, was that ever a close attempt? So now if you're looking to force, I mean, you're deep enough in the end, you can likely just play split the house, split the house. That good team, Kleiter and Matt Hall, the hammer coming home. These teams have been very evenly matched. Deuces have been tough to come by. So McEwen has a hammer. As we stand right now, 4-4 is the score. Looking to get a good split of the house, nice and even, no doubles. Guard the lines, punch the outfielders. All right. Line's good. Just got to get there for the weight. Think you let the crosshouser there. Long way to go, but I certainly think it's there. Marsh wants to throw. He says, "Let me throw it, Skipper." All right, we're going to give it a whack. Mike McEwen getting ready to throw his first. All right, attempting the big hit. Flashes on hard. Got a curl. Get all the way across. Work its way over, as far as you can get it. Just couldn't get enough energy. Couldn't get it to gear off hard enough. So now you need to hit and provide some separation here to avoid the deuce. All right. Hall has his mind made quickly. Just want to avoid the double here. Trevor Johnson will be on the sweep. Joshua Mattern on the line. Finalist on the 7th for Matt Hall. On it right from Jump Street. Oh, I think you left a double. So they just need to get a little more separation there. They were unable to. Marsh has the double lined up. Key shot of the game. Mike McEwen, final stone at number 7. On and off, line's pretty close. Get the one over to the other, push it out. That's good enough. It's a score or 2. Hang 2 for red, we think. And we know. It's 6-4. We'll be back for the final end coming up in just a moment.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Okay, we're back. And number 8. Here from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta for the Saville Shootout, presented by Curling Stadium. I'm Dave Schmel. I'm happy you're joining us this afternoon. We appreciate you taking some time with us. McEwen had a great shot there to secure a deuce and take that 6-4 lead. So now Matt Hall skipping for Team Kleiter. He's going to have to find a way to generate some offense. Both teams have been trading jabs and paper cuts this entire game. We've had a couple really key shots. It looked early on that Team Kleiter was going to be in a good spot when they stuffed the double peel and it led to a deuce. And then McEwen had something working really good, almost put the game away in the 6-10, and Matt Hall made a hero godsend of a draw to get his team out of it. And we just saw an end to go. A series of hits and rolls to work out a deuce here. All right, now trying to see what they want to do here. Listening to the mind. They're going to go and throw the hit on this rock. Yeah, they're hitting the stick. They lie too. Now, but those guards still being up there, Matt Hall enjoys the opportunity to try to get it underneath here a little bit. Starting to lose the line here. It does stay underneath, clears the one out the back. So good execution there. And now Mike's going to throw the guard. So interesting course of events here. Here's Colton Flash. That guard is up. It's high enough they can't really use it to get in there. Yeah, and that's what Matt's saying. He's probably going to have to disturb the guard that he likes there to get in with the shooter. So it's going to be hitting this rock and carrying on in. So to all the curling gurus watching on the stream, where do you put one here? Timeout is called. I'll take this opportunity to check on the other scores here. McDonald defeated Carruthers, and they'll be moving to the finals. And it will be Tabata versus Fujisawa in the women's finals. We're the last game left on the ice. So welcome to those of you who are watching those other streams. We got a tight one here between McEwen and Team Kleiter being skipped by Matt Hall. Hall needs to find a way to generate 2 here with the hammer. Not a lot of fantastic options. So the call is to nudge that guard out of the way. And spin on in. A delicate shot indeed. So here's Joshua Mattern. Now you got to go. It's taken off. Got to get there hard. Now, will they be able to spin the shooter on? No, they won't. And more importantly, can they get that stone out to be second? I don't know. Looking at the overhead, no. It is McEwen sitting 1-2, so that's just about the worst possible scenario for Matt Hall there. Didn't tick any of the boxes. There you go. Put a guard on it. Put a guard on it. You put them in a position where they're 2 stones away from doing anything, and you still get to throw some. So here's Colton Flash with the guard attempt. Looking to be just above the balloons. And it's like they just picked it up and put it down right where they want it to be. But they may have left just enough there to So there they go. They're going to try to run back their yellow, stick it on the red in the 4-foot. And if they get lucky, get the other one, but it doesn't look like that's lined up. So this is step A. On the way from Colton Flash. Not sorry. Josh Mattern. Got hit it and they stuff it, so that job is done. They sit 1-3. McEwen sits second. First call is to freeze, corner freeze. See, most importantly, by throwing that shot really, really well, Team Kleiter left themselves that stone to use again with an angle generated on it. So here's Mike McEwen with his first shot in the 8th end. Hard to get by now. All right, we're past it. We got lock right on. Pretty good. Just the smallest of taps, but a pretty good shot indeed by Mike McEwen. Listening through the thought processes here, they're thinking about wrapping one all the way around. But then they're concerned about the long run. That's going to be where they're going to go and draw one to the back 4, back 8. All the way around from the out turn. So Matt Hall got to get one all the way around here to sit 2. Give himself a fighting chance here. Draw attempt on the way, looking to be in the back of the 4-foot. Ooh. Here in back 12, that's a little too heavy. It's going to need to grind on in. Slow down, Stone. And that gets carried all the way through to the back. That was a rough time for that, unfortunately. So Team McEwen's sitting 1 and 3 right now. Sorry, 2-3. They're thinking if they sit 2-3-4, they're in pretty good shape. Mike McEwen Delivering with the Manitoba tuck. Could hear a pin drop in the ice shed. Final stone for the skipper. Got to make it go. Make it go. Trying to get underneath and full 4 foot. Full 4. Can be a little bit short. Going to hang out and give a shot for 2. Just got to come down nice and easy. Push it back. Hold the shooter. That all settles into the hack. Trevor Johnson will be on the brush. Final stone, end number 8. Got to hit and stick to force the extra. Hard now, starting to lose the line. Got to get past. Got to get past. You got to get past, and you're going to wreck. And that'll do it. Steal 1 for Mike McEwen, and he can hang that final as 7-4. And Team McEwen will move on to the finals of the Saville Shootout. The finals will be coming up relatively shortly after the ice crew can get the sheets prepared. Stay tuned for more on Curling Stadium. A lot of good key shots, clutch shots there. But in the end, it was just not going to be there today for Team Kleiter. So for Ryan, Jacques in the studio, I'm Dave Schmel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you back in just a few minutes. This is Curling Stadium, Edmonton.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.